Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the March 21st regular and public meeting of the Town Board. We have a public hearing and a workshop tonight. Please join me while we pledge allegiance to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so the first item on the agenda is accepting the minutes of March 7th. May I have a motion to do so?
So moved.
And a second? And all in favor?
Aye.
And then we have a public hearing on proposed local law 2 of 2016, snow and ice removal, amendments to Town Code Chapter 90. And Madam Clerk, could you please read the notice of public hearing?
Please take notice that the Town Board of the Town of Hyde Park shall conduct a public hearing on the proposed adoption of Local Law 2 of 2016, entitled A Local Law Amending Section 90-1 of the Town of Hyde Park Code, on Monday, March 21st, 2016, at 7:05 p.m. at the Town of Hyde Park Town Hall, located at 4383 Albany Post Road, Hyde Park, New York. The purpose of the local law is to expand the area within the town in which property owners must keep their adjacent sidewalks free and clear of ice and snow. A copy of said proposed local law shall be available for inspection and review in the office of the town clerk during its normal business hours. Any person desiring to be heard with regard to the passage of said local law shall be provided with an opportunity to do so at the public hearing. By order of the Town Board of the Town of Hyde Park, dated March 9th, 2016, Hyde Park, New York, Donna McGrogan, Town Clerk.
Well, thank you. Kathleen, are you looking to speak on that law by chance?
Which one was that?
Only because you're at the podium, so.
I'll pass on that one.
Okay. All right. Well, there's no one else here to speak on the law, so may I have a motion to close the hearing?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So the first item that we have on our workshop agenda is the Recreation Department update, and we have our Rec Director, Kathleen Davis, here, and she's mastered the technical challenges of we'll say, we hope. But thanks for coming, Kathleen, and we know you guys are always busy, so we look forward to your update.
Okay, thank you. So this spring, we have put our 2016 Spring-Summer Recreation brochure together, and it is presently getting ready to go to the printer, and we hope to get it out in the mail in the beginning of April. And inside that brochure, we typically list a calendar of Hyde Park's annual special events. We also list the year-round programs that include our Senior Drop-In Center, which meets on Monday at the Hyde Park Elementary School from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that is it is run through Diane Collins. She's the Senior Center Coordinator. So she takes care of the Senior Drop-In Center on Mondays, and she also runs the senior size exercise classes, which run September through June, Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 10 a.m. at the Senior Center at the Hyde Park Elementary School. And that's very popular. Both of those programs are very popular, and they seem to be growing. And we need to renew the lease this year, so we have to look at that and also some of our growing needs there. So. We also list our teen center, our teen activity club. We have the information on the 2016 recreation memberships. And those membership privileges include seasonal entrance to the Hackett Hill pool and reduced rates for our camps, our swim instruction classes, and trips. So that information is listed in the brochure along with the summer camp information, the schedule, the weeks, the prices, our specialty camps, which include 2 travel camps, sports camp at Pinewoods, and a theater arts class or theater arts camp for a week up at the FDR High School. And we also have 3 sessions of 2-week swim sessions. So it's actually 6 weeks of swimming lessons that we give to the children. And they start from ages 1 all the way up until age 15. So all that information is in our brochure, along with the 2016 Music in the Park summer schedule. And those are our free outdoor concerts that we offer with our partnership with the National Park Service and New York State Parks. So those concerts are on Wednesday evenings, beginning June 1st. And they run through the middle of August. So, and our last concert ends with the West Point Military Academy Band. Okay, so that brochure is going to be mailed out to everybody, and it's also available online on the town website. All right, so I'm going to just give a brief, update on the rec department and what we've been doing.
Careful.
Yeah.
There you go.
Kathleen, do you want to just bring the microphone over to the desk? Yeah, I think that, do you need,
My papers.
looks like that. I think it'll reach.
Oh, yeah.
So the first picture is a slide of the Hackett house, which was repaired and repainted last summer. And we were fortunate to have some funding, most of the funding through the Kunene Hackett Charitable Trust, as well as some funding through our Recreation Trust Fund and the general fund to repair some of the rotted wooden parts of the house and replace them. Notably on the front porch, the porch pillars, the bases of them were all decayed, and a temporary seasonal employee replaced all of those, as well as some ice damage that had been that had occurred that previous winter. So the house is in beautiful condition now.
It really looks
Yeah.
nice.
We want to
It-
thank
and
everyone for
Yeah,
that.
before and
It
after.
looks really beautiful. And the town historian helped you, assisted in picking the colors, so they were historically accurate.
Right, she came in, took some paint samples,
Yeah.
scraped through the layers, and
Yeah. It looks beautiful.
determined.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Really
does. So thanks, everyone, for all your help.
I'm glad to have that
Yeah.
project completed.
Yes.
It was a little stressful, but we got through
We
it.
got through it. It was worth it. Okay. So another one of our, park updates last year, again, funded through the trust fund, was a new swing set at Hackett Hill Park, and it's right near the picnic pavilion, which is located near the swimming pool. And I took this early in the morning, but it is very popular now when the children are there. They love it. So it's something to think about, maybe, expanding, a playground area there in the future. Okay. Another, accomplishment was another section of the Hyde Park Trail was opened this year, and it's a 1.8 mile section of the trail in the northern part of Hyde Park. And it actually runs between Scenic Hudson's Dominican Camp up to the Mills Norrie State Park. So we had an opening there for the trail, and it's a partnership, the Hyde Park Trail. So the property was actually, the Dominican Camp is owned by Scenic Hudson. Winnicke Land Trust holds the trail easement through the Anderson School, and then of course New York State Parks has that section of the trail that enters into their property up there. So that was a great day there, and it looks like it's pretty popular. I see a lot of cars parked
Yeah,
there.
it does, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. Yeah.
It is, yeah, it's beautiful. It does have that beautiful overlook, and I didn't include that slide, but so you're going to have to, walk it, Okay. Another update or project, improvement for the Hyde Park Trail was a Greenway grant, what was funded through a Greenway grant, and that was 2 new kiosks with interpretive panels and maps. And there's the opening of those 2 kiosks, trailheads, this fall. And again, a partnership there. And the one is located at Norrie Point, and the other up at Mills Mansion, Statsburg. So we had a couple of Eagle Scouts that built the actual kiosks. So we thank them. And that was an in-kind match for that $5,000 Greenway grant.
They look beautiful. Nice
They do. They
job.
turned out really nice.
Yeah,
And
thanks to those Eagle Scouts for doing that.
Yes.
Nice project.
Okay, so we had a great summer last year for outdoor concerts. We ran 11 concerts on Wednesdays, and I think we only had to use the rain location once, and that hasn't happened, I think, in 15 years that I can remember. So it was a great
Yeah,
summer.
Nice.
And again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, the Rhinebeck Bank, the Hyde Park Lions Club, the Hyde Park Knights of Columbus, the Hyde Park Chamber of Commerce, the Hyde Park AARP, and the Hyde Park Rotary. And of course, our sponsors, NPS at the Vanderbilt Historic Site, and New York State Parks at Mills State Park for using their parks as venues. Okay, some of our special events this year, I'm just going to read them out. And these are the free events for the community. And they are the Winterfest, the Egg Hunt, the Memorial Day Parade, the July 4th Parade, the Fall Fest, the Halloween Party, and the Candlelight Walk and Tree Lighting. So last year, what I did was I just put together some of the slides from some of these events, just so we get an idea of what it looks like and what goes on. So on the July 4th parade last year, it was a great day, as far as I can remember. Yep, it didn't rain as it did the year before.
Yeah.
So we had the American Legion there, and I'm trying to remember what the theme was. I think it had something to do with the...
Train station.
No, that was
Wasn't it?
the year before.
Was it?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Can't remember either.
So parks this year, right?
Yeah, this year, well, let's talk about this year.
Oh, yeah, well, this year, okay, that's better. Yeah, this year, we're going to celebrate the National Park Service centennial birthday.
Yeah.
And so our local National Park Service people are going to be participating. And they hope to have a float of their own, too, in the beginning of the parade.
Have
so
you
that'll
had
be
any
nice.
luck contacting some bands, Kathleen? Because we did have a business that wanted to donate to sponsor a band.
Diane's been, beating the bushes. It's very hard to get new bands because a lot of those marching bands have been, booked for years at their
Yeah.
regular places. But we have, I think she has a couple from last year, and she had said that she just got a hold of maybe another another band.
Because the gentleman who owns the Renaissance Rehab has volunteered, has mentioned that he'd like to donate.
Oh.
So as soon as you have someone in mind, it'd be great if you could contact him and
Sure.
yeah,
Okay.
you should take advantage of that because people really do enjoy the bands, the dimension that adds.
Definitely. Okay, so our Fall Fest Community Day, which is held in September. Again, beautiful day. We had a lot of the local dance companies that perform on stage, and local food vendors, free pony rides. There's a Hyde Park Lions Club, so some of our civic organizations were there.
I think the CIA donates soup, do they not? Or is that, no, that's for Winterfest.
For Winterfest,
Oh, okay.
yes. Yep. So we had a local scuba company did a demo in the pool, which was interesting, and I really liked looking at that. And the Roosevelt Fire Company was there. Well, there were a lot of different groups there, but again, it was a gorgeous day. Remember that? Yeah. We had our candlelight walk and tree lighting the first weekend in December, and on the left is in the red sweatshirts. That's our Hyde Park Recreation's Teen Activity Club, and they volunteer at a lot of our special events. They usually wear the red, identify themselves with the red sweatshirts, and they helped out with lighting the candles and helping singing the songs, and we've got one of them is dressed as Frosty there. So. And then, of course, we were lucky to get the FDR chorus and one of their small ensemble bands inside that played for us and led us in some carols. So this year, Winterfest was in January, end of January. We didn't have any snow, so there was no cross-country skiing or snowshoeing, but we did have a scavenger hunt through the trails, and a local family, the Tibbetts, they brought a couple of their llamas for us to look at and pet. And there was a warming pit there with, you could roast marshmallows and have s'mores. And then we did have the soup from the culinary, free soup from the culinary, which was delicious. I think it was potato leek. I do remember that.
Remember what's important, obviously.
Right, remember the food. And the kids, they just enjoyed playing different games there on the fields. So last weekend we had our egg hunt. Again, a beautiful day. We've been really lucky with the weather this winter, as far as temperature-wise. So it was very sunny and dry, so we had some help with our local highway department. They came the end of the week and helped set up the different fenced-in areas for the different age groups and the parking area out front. So we'd like to thank them. Again, a couple pictures there of the people. We have the ages 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. They start at 1 p.m., so they were all right there. And then some action there on the right. Ready, set, go. There they go. And the youngest groups get to be escorted by their parents. And then we had the Easter Bunny there, taking some pictures there. The kids with the bunny. So that was nice. That was a nice day. That was just this past Saturday. Let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to say about the events? We do have our tag sale coming up, the annual tag sale. And that is going to be, let's see, May. Oh, I should look in the calendar, right? Thought I had the flyer here.
I think it's May 21st, is it? Is that right?
I think, is that 21st and 22nd?
Saturday before Memorial.
Thank you, here it is, yeah.
Before.
May 21st and 22nd. You got that? But it's 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It costs $10 to get your address on the map. And the map is published in the Northern Duchess News the week before. And it's also available on the website. So the last day to register is May 15th. And you just have to mail your check in to Hyde Park Recreation, 4383 Albany Post Road, and include your name and your home address for the map purposes. And you get your name on the map there. That's a popular thing these days, you know?
Yeah.
So,
A lot of traffic.
yeah. All right, so some of our plans for park upgrade plans this year is going to include the, we had talked about the Dinsmore Park basketball court upgrade, and we discussed that at the last meeting with you. And so I just thought I'd include that in the report.
Mm-hmm.
So I went up there, we took a couple pictures of the existing court, and we discussed, the different aspects of the project, the prep work that needs to get done, the materials and the installation that we hope to use. And we had talked about using a synthetic flooring product, which I have a sample here. So it's like a synthetic product that it keeps the court dry and keeps you from slipping, and there's some give there, so it's easy on your joints and whatnot. So I actually went over to Kinderling Camp this week to look at their basketball court, because they have one. And I spoke with the caretaker there about the court system and how do they like it so far. They've had it for a year, and they love it. The kids just love playing on this court, he said. They have lights for night games. Again, it's an overnight camp in Hopewell. So they get a big group of kids, and they have a couple other different courts that they're going to make another upgrade on one of their basketball courts and put another flooring system like this in it. So they're pretty pleased with it. So I was happy to hear that. And it looks really sharp, looks nice. I think, okay, I didn't. I had actually taken a picture of the edging. Oh, Ken's not here.
Ken's not here.
But there is like a strip that, is built to, it was designed to hold the, the system together, the interlocking system together there on the edges.
I was just going to say, is that, I see all of it's not that flooring, right? Right in front of the baskets? Is that regular court?
No, that's an older part of the court there. I mean, the light blue and the aqua blue, or?
No, it looks like cement,
Foul lane.
No, that's
gray.
all.
The gray part.
No, it's painted.
Oh,
Oh,
they painted
Okay.
it
Yep.
different colors. So
You can paint it. They have all different colors.
oh, okay. I thought maybe they left some of it as regular court.
No.
Okay.
So what's our next step with effectuating that? The monies, I think you emailed me the request from the Rec Commission that they would like to go forward with the project.
Right. So Pete Sotero, he was going to call me, so I just have to, I guess, get in touch with him. And I think we probably we might need a town board resolution.
Yeah, we have to authorize the Kathleen to go out to bid, yes.
Authorizing,
For the
yeah,
project
to go
as
out to
Pete.
bid.
And then, but do we have to do any separate authorization to take monies from the Rec Trust?
Yeah, it has to be a resolution.
A special-
We're
a
gonna take it,
resolution to
yeah.
take it.
The first step, though, is we're going to get something in writing for the Rec Commission.
I have that.
We have,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
from the Rec Commission, that
Okay.
came last week.
Can I?
I'll get it
Do
to
you want to
you.
do a resolution for at
Yeah.
the next meeting? Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll
Okay.
do that at the next meeting.
Okay.
All right, great. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
And we just want to thank all our volunteers, because a lot of these events we wouldn't be able to put on without volunteer help. So thanks to the Boy Scouts, the Teen Activity Club, the Rec Commissioners, and all the trail volunteers that come out to help us on our trail days. This past year we had a really huge group, you can see from Marist College. They came in a yellow bus, and they helped clean up and clean out the ditches, drain ditches, and reblaze the sign, the blazes on the trees at the Winnicke Nature Preserve. So it was a great day, and we got a lot done. So again, thanks to all the volunteers and our event staff. Any questions?
Absolutely, they do a great job. The
Yeah.
Rec Commission, really, they're out there for all the events, and it's a very nice
Yeah,
community.
it is. It's a real working commission, so we thank them. Joe,
Definitely.
thank you for all your help, too.
You're welcome.
Even though you're not a rec commissioner anymore. You're helping us
The
up
Rec
there.
Liaison.
Yeah, I couldn't leave. No, but I wanted to say, because as a rec commissioner and also now as the liaison, I look forward to participating and helping out, because like I did the egg hunt this past weekend, and those 1 to 3-year-olds are so cute. You know, there was a lot of fun, and there's a lot of work that goes into
Yeah.
it, and everybody's just really enthusiastic to be there, the workers, you know,
Yeah.
the people that are working it. So it's really a pleasure, and I thank you for all your help
Yeah.
and your work
Definitely.
into that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for all your
Oh,
support and help as
Absolutely.
well.
No, we're proud of
you.
our rec department and our rec programs, and really makes, it's one of the great things about living in Hyde Park.
Definitely.
It is.
We'd like to keep our, our facilities and our parks up to par and usable and attractive and safe. So,
Yeah.
keep that money coming in.
Yeah, we're trying.
Okay.
And,
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Kathleen.
you, Kath.
Thanks, Kathleen. It's come a long ways. We used to meet behind Hyde Park Elementary and weave baskets or something years ago. There was no Pine Woods Park or anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So you know how to do that?
Started a long time ago, very small
I'm going to
scale.
sign you up. Yeah. Okay.
Still got
Okay,
the
thanks
basket.
again, Kathleen. Okay, so we have a couple other items on our workshop agenda. We've been discussing for the last couple months, actually, revisions to 2 local laws, and I'm going to hand that over to Warren to kind of lead the discussion. The first is on alterations to the parking regulations, so you want to kind
And I
of...
just wanted to clarify, I think we're going to take those off the resolution, we're going to take the resolutions
Yes.
off the agenda for
Right.
tonight. and
Right,
just discuss
actually,
them,
maybe we
right?
should just
Just
do
gonna-
that as a,
Preliminarily
Yeah.
discuss it.
right, but actually, we should
Can I
probably
make a
remove...
motion
Yes.
to remove resolutions numbers 9 and 10 from the agenda?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
And as Emily said, we'll be posting them again at a later date, but we just want to make sure that we've got them in final form before we start circulation and all that.
So on the parking local law, when we had some issues with the Green Tree property and thought we may have to take some action to enforce our no parking restrictions, it caused me to take a look at what we had in our local law regarding parking. And I saw that there were some deficiencies that needed to be corrected. So I've recommended that to the town board in the form of a proposed law. And basically what we've done is we've separated the parking restrictions to the town hall, into the town hall parking lot restrictions, which we've always had. And then parking on other town property where we've posted no parking signs. And made some changes to the town hall parking lot provisions, just some minor changes to terms, which are not terribly controversial, but I thought needed correction. And I increased the fines, which I thought were quite low, to $50 for a first offense and $100 for a second offense. But we left the provision regarding actual ability of the town to cause the removal of all motor vehicles, buses, trailers, or any other obstructions for a period of 12 hours or more, left that in the law, including the obstruction of removal of snow. That could be cause for removal. But then created a new section with regard to parking restrictions for other town property. And those are more restrictive in the sense that, again, no person, business, or entity, except for those who are exempted from a town hall employees, people doing work for the town, people who have permission to park, can stand or park any motor vehicle, bus, trailer, equipment, or any other material obstruction on any other town hall property that has been posted with no parking signs. So for that to happen, we would actually have to post those properties so people are aware, similar to what we did sort of on an ad hoc basis. Thank you. Did a great job. On the Green Tree, which worked. and was enforceable, and it worked. So any other properties that we may have, including the Green Tree property, if we post it with a no parking sign, and that would, the predicate to that would be a resolution of the town board, would then be subject to a fine, $50 for a first offense, $100 for a second offense. And it's important to clarify that this would include standing. There was some issues with regard to some other provisions of our law where there was a question as to what the definition of parking is, and parking for a period of time. And now it's clear that if you stand a motor vehicle, you're in violation if there's a no parking violation. But also, I beefed up the provision with regard to removal and impoundment of these motor vehicles. And we're permitted to cause the removal or an impoundment of these vehicles. And they will be responsible, the offending owner will be responsible for all charges incurred by the town in the impoundment process, which shall not be less than $100 per day. I think we had an amount which I thought was way too low, so we adjusted that. And then we had exemptions, an exemption provision which I've added in section 83, which is similar to the old exemption provision. And that's really what it is. It's a pretty simple local law, but I think with this, it should address any issues that we have for parking here. I don't know that we've had many
Well,
problems in the town parking lot. I don't know
Well,
if we have.
I'm glad that we're talking about this because I am doing a research project, basically on the fee schedule, and I've been reaching out to Donna on various functions of the town clerk, and one of the things that she wanted to bring up to our attention is that, we have the provision to basically give permits to people there that own property in the vicinity of the town hall parking lot, and they're able to obtain them for a certain fee, right?
It's $100 per business quarter. $100 per business quarter.
Business quarter.
Right, so we have 6 parking areas. So it's $400 a year. The potential is for $400 a year times 6 slots.
This is an addition, this is a new provision that we're putting?
No, this has
Oh, no,
been
no,
Been there.
Okay.
maybe 2008
Okay.
or 9. Again, enforcement is the issue, and you can't park in that area between 4 and 6 a.m.
So have we had problems with that, where people have violated?
People do park there. We had people that parked there to work on cars, left there,
So the question is,
Yeah,
that Donna
yeah.
had is,
That's
how do
in the
we,
law, yeah.
how do we enforce it? Is that enforced by our police department?
Well, this would be the same way, except I'm glad you brought that to my attention, because I'm going to have to tweak the law to address the fact that we do allow people to park there. You'll have to give me more information on that. But it would still be a violation if they're parked in violation of the law. And we would, there are many ways we can do it. We can contract with a private entity to do it. If we had the ability to do it ourselves, we could have the police department do it. I don't think we do. But more than likely, what we would do is have put it out to bid to a tow company who would provide those services to the town when we need them, knowing that we would call them and probably post some information on where you can get your car.
But the police could ticket them, right? I
The
mean,
police, no, separate, yeah. There are 2 enforcement. One is the ticketing, the other is the impoundment. Impoundment is a more drastic
Right.
remedy. You wouldn't do that in every case. You would ticket them. If that doesn't work, it's a matter of selective enforcement from the police department. They would decide when impoundment is necessary. So if you had a recidivist, a person who was violating the law in the parking lot, you may ticket them for the first couple of times, but then you're going to want to maybe impound them. So, but yeah, this gives us the legal right to do
Okay.
that. You know.
So that is currently in the law now.
Yeah, we
But
beefed it up. I've
Yeah.
made it. I've clarified it
Good,
a
good.
bit. So it's similar to what we have, but it's I think it's a little clearer and better written than we had in the old law. So.
Okay, so then what will be the next steps then?
Next step is I'm going to do a couple of tweaks to this.
Yes.
If anybody between now and the next meeting wants to read this and has any other comments, I'll have the finished product ready for prime time by the next meeting, and we'll schedule for public hearing at the next meeting.
Okay.
I was just wondering,
Because we
we
took
have
it off the
6
agenda.
spots there.
Yeah.
You said for 4 permits, 6 spaces? They're not all rented out, right? They're not all rented?
Not at this time, no.
And there's a sign there saying reserved
Yes,
on the ones that are,
on each one.
okay.
They're at the end, the far end where
Yes,
Gaffney's
right.
was.
But, Donna's concern was we have that, but yet we haven't been activating our enforcement. So
Well, now we
that-
can.
Now we can.
Now we can.
Okay, good.
And the fines are more steep. When you have a problem with that, you contact our police department and say, we're having problem with people violating the parking regulations in Town Hall. If you could keep an eye out for that and come over and ticket them, and when appropriate, they'll take it from there.
Okay. I'm just going to, excuse me, I'm going to just put the lights on because somehow it's bothering me that it's so dark in here.
I can see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was wondering
Actually, I
why it was so dark.
spots.
Yeah, next time I take it, I'm gonna take it.
That's right.
The fine is it's double for board members.
I didn't know we had permits.
You'll make a
That's
lot
good
of
to know.
money.
Okay, that's right, Warren. So
So that's that local law.
Okay,
The
good.
other one is the one that, it says zoning, but I think we're referring there to, this is an issue that was brought to our attention by our zoning administrator. She indicated that the Hyde Park Code, unlike some other town codes and zoning laws, allow more than one principal use on a single lot. There are many other town codes that only allow one principal use. So if you had a 50-acre lot, regardless of what the zoning was, and a single-family residence was a principal use, you could only have one single-family residence. Our code permits more than one, provided you meet the bulk regulations so you could cite maybe 2 or 3 houses on a single lot. And the same applies to 2-family dwellings, what we call duplexes. And she was concerned that the placement of these on a single lot sometimes, very often, creates site plan problems, which she felt needed to be addressed by the planning board. So I've drafted a law which addresses that problem. And basically, what it does is for any 2-family dwelling on a single lot, site plan approval will be required. We're not anticipating this is going to be a lengthy, time-consuming, or costly process, but since duplexes can have the potential for some negative impacts on neighboring properties, especially if you put more than one on, she felt it's better to have them go through a site plan review process. So that's provided for in this law. The other is to address the situation where you have more than one family dwelling on a single lot. One family dwelling, you don't need site plan approval, but if you're citing 2 or more on a single lot, that does require site plan approval. Same issue, it's not anticipated to be an onerous requirement, and I'm assuming the planning board will treat those more expeditiously than they would a large-scale process. But she felt there really needs to be oversight over that and how 2 or 3 single-family dwellings on a single lot are situated so to minimize the impact on neighboring
What
property.
happens when they're there already now? They're in existence.
Well, those are grandfathered.
Yeah, they're-
So those, we call those non-conforming uses, so they're, but if you add another one, then you would have to go
Right.
through that process.
And I think, we have had issues with parking and, it's something that when you're in a neighborhood, if you're going to be having a more intensive use of the site, it makes sense to make sure that everything's accounted for.
Right.
And safe.
The other thing that we did in this law is, once you trigger a site plan review, there is a provision in the law which provides for a reservation of parklands for that site plan project. And what the planning board is supposed to do is determine whether the project may have an impact on our park and recreation facilities. And if it does, they can require that there be a set-aside on the land for a park or recreation facility. If it's not suitable to have a set-aside, they're permitted to require what we call a fee in lieu, and that's really what we commonly call the recreation fee. And we felt it wasn't appropriate to require that fee or reservation, except where you're talking about 8 dwelling units or more. So in any case where, I'm sorry, more than 8 dwelling units. So in any case where you're citing individual houses or duplexes on a piece of property, but you're winding up with 8 dwelling units or less, there'll be no reservation of parkland or payment of a recreation fee. Anything above that, there would be, and that's what's provided for in the law. And that's really all it is. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, and I think that I had a discussion with the zoning administrator earlier, and that was the one area she kind of
She
wanted
has
to
some issues.
she wants to refine that number.
Okay.
And just that philosophy as to how it might impact subdivisions, just in terms of fairness and that type of thing, so.
So we're going to
gonna-
discuss that a little bit more internally. And again, if anybody has any, from the board has any other comments, just address them to me. And hopefully by the next meeting, we'll have a document that would be ready to put out for a public hearing process.
Okay.
Well-
And the public can then comment on it at that point.
Well, what I think is important about the law, or one of the features, is that, we're really trying to promote redevelopment of properties that are currently vacant or underutilized. And so to enact something that will, control the way that develops, which we are actually encouraging, but at the same time not penalize the developer for making those conversions. That's why we wanted to tweak it so that the recreation fees may not apply if, for example, one of the larger buildings was being converted into rental units. You wouldn't want to basically kill the project because the people couldn't afford to pay the recreation fees, because that is one of our kind of overall goals, is to find opportunities for redeveloping properties that are no longer desirable in their current position. So I think it's a good step forward, and look forward to, getting input from the county planning and our planning department and zoning administrator. So the next step for this one would also be to do a little tweaking and.
At next meeting.
The next meeting.
This is a little bit different from the other law, which would be what we call a type 2 action under seeker. We'll have to do a very short environmental review. And this also gets referred to county planning and
Right.
to our planning board, where the other local law would not have to go through that
Right.
process.
Okay, great. So I don't, moving on, see anyone in the audience to provide public comment on the resolutions, so let's just move on through those.
Resolution 321-1 of 2016, resolution authorizing the town supervisor to execute a contract with Hyde Park Baseball, Inc. to provide a baseball and softball program for the residents of the town of Hyde Park as part of the town's recreation program for the year 2016.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution 321-2 of 2016, resolution adopting local law number 2 of 2016.
Second?
And Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Svensson.
Aye.
Councilman Ray.
Aye.
Councilman Marine.
Aye.
Supervisor Rohr.
Aye.
And this is just adding some properties. We're not changing the substance of the snow removal process, just adding some properties that are new properties that are not covered by the existing law.
And defining it more clearly,
Yeah,
which was challenging.
that was very challenging.
Lucky this year.
For us, it was. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Tad did a good job.
Resolution 321-3 of 2016, resolution authorizing the town supervisor to execute an agreement with the County of Dutchess to provide police patrols in connection with driving while intoxicated laws.
And
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
This is an exciting one. Resolution
Yeah.
321-4 of 2016, resolution appointing John Caulfield as Deputy Building Inspector.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
And John's not here, but met with him last week, and he's going to be a great addition to the town of Hyde Park, and looking forward to bringing him aboard.
It's been
Definitely.
much
It's going
needed.
to be starting tomorrow.
Resolution 321-5 of 2016, a resolution appointing groundskeeper/cleaner.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
And looking forward to Randy Diedrich coming aboard, and he's Rich, what's Rich's last name? Decker. Yeah, Rich Decker did a fabulous job of covering. We have only been down to one groundskeeper cleaner since January, and Rich covered it all and worked extra hours to do so. So thanks, Rich, for that. Okay, did we vote?
Yes.
Okay.
Resolution 321-6 of 2016, resolution authorizing confidential secretary Mary Zabo to carry over accrued vacation time.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 321-7 of 2016, resolution authorizing hawking and peddling license for the operation of Carol's Hot Dogs.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 321-8 of 2016, resolution accepting donations for the 2016 Music in the Parks from Hyde Park Chapter AARP number 4561 and the Hyde Park Knights of Columbus Chapter number 6111.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, that's it. Okay. There were a couple things that I wanted to mention, that tomorrow Town Hall will be closed because it is Record Management Day, and the staff will be putting into boxes all the materials that we can't store in our active files, and some of the documents will be sent to the burn center, so, is that what it's called? The burn plant. And so we will be closed. And additionally, we will have a town board meeting next Monday to discuss our Hyde Park pedestrian improvement project. And we'll have GPI, the engineers from Albany who are doing the project, as well as the town board will be here to answer questions and do a presentation. So we invite the public to come. They can ask questions. It'll be a dialogue. So go
I
ahead.
won't be here, I'll be in Florida.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll miss you, but I know you've been keeping abreast of the project. But, you know, we definitely encourage the public to come out and take a look at the plans. Pete Sotero and I will be meeting with the stakeholders this week. We've sent letters to each of the property owners who are actually part of the project, and a number of them have requested meetings, so we'll be discussing how this project will impact their plans, so, or their properties. So it should be a good meeting, and hope everyone can come.
Is that at
There's a flyer
7?
out there
It's
that
at 7.
It shows the sidewalk in front of the antique place.
Yeah,
Really looks nice, so.
yeah, it's
Gives
really,
you an idea.
yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
on the website?
You know, the flyer is, but the plans are in draft form.
Just that one shot is really
Yeah,
impressive.
yes, it is. So we hope that the public can come out and take a look and give us their input. Okay, so,
I just had
do
a
you have
couple
something?
things to
Sure,
say before,
sure,
yeah. I was just asked to share this announcement from the Friends of the Statsburg Library. They're hosting a Road Ramble fundraiser in April, and it looks like a lot of fun. The Road Ramble is a car-driven escapade, sure to challenge your mind and entice your competitive spirit with a series of scavenger hunt-like clues relating to the Hudson Valley. And so that's going to be April 23rd, and they have pre-registration in advance, and you can call the Statsburg Library for more information, 889-4802. And I also just wanted to say that, you know, there's a big fire in Green Tree today, and it just reminded me of the hard work that all the firefighters do in our community. I mean, the roads were lined with volunteers personal cars that they had left work or, left whatever they were doing to come and put that fire out. And I just wanted to give a shout out to not just the Roosevelt Fire Department, but the surrounding ones that also pitched in. And it's
Wow.
really a valuable thing that this community.
We are very,
lucky to
very
have.
fortunate
Yeah.
to have
Absolutely.
such dedicated volunteers. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, the house was empty, I guess, at the time.
was a house fire.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh, my gosh. So did a neighbor call, do you know?
I
or-
don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
wow.
what happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, so with that then, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
And a
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for helping out tonight.
You know what I read in the paper?
What?
Telling Emily,
Oh.
how they were bundling those mortgages.
Yeah.
Subprime. They're doing the same thing now.
The other issues we were discussing.
Yeah, these poor slobs, charging them like 25%.